Hey Vikes, today we'll be talking to a victim of Hurricane Harvey. I'm Cameron.
And I'm Sydney, and your news starts now.
Here I am in your life, here you are in mine. Yes, we have a sweet life.
When in the cafeteria, make sure to do the following.
You and me, we got the world to see, so come on down. Just me and you know what to do, so come on down. It's you and me and me.
To help the victims of Hurricane Harvey, FFA is hosting a seminar fundraiser that ends this Friday. The winning seminar will receive a pizza party. We have Keaton Arnold, 2012 graduate of Seaman High School, who went through Hurricane Harvey here to talk more about it.
I'm here with Keaton. So can you tell us really how you prepared for Harvey?
Yeah, sure thing. So the biggest thing was in advance of the storm. They kind of gave us about a 5-day advance warning. So we made sure to go to the grocery store well before the storm. I've had friends that went 2 days in advance. They had to go through 2-hour lines to get water. I think a lot of places ran out of water. So for us, it was just making sure we had enough food, water, as funny as it sounds, candles, things like that you wouldn't think you need to have since you always have your cell phone. But in the event that you lose electricity, you could be out for 30 minutes, you could be out for 3 days. So just making sure you have those essentials that you may not usually have, lighter, a match, etc. So yeah, it was just making sure we went to the grocery store in time and tried to beat the crowd, because that was the long lines or things I tried to avoid.
What was it like being down there once Harvey hit?
For me, it was different probably than someone Irma. So Hurricane Harvey, when it hit Houston, which is where I live, we only had rainfalls, heavy rainfall. We didn't have winds, like 130 miles an hour. We probably had wind gusts of 40 miles an hour, but I think we roughly got over 2 feet, near 3 feet of rain. So you would get cabin fever sitting inside for 5 days. And I live near 2 different rivers that flooded, so you couldn't go anywhere for a few days. So it was difficult to make yourself not go crazy. But at the same time, we were very lucky. We live on the 4th floor in an apartment, so obviously no flooding for us. But I have had friends who their houses were completely flooded. Families who have lived in Houston for years, they've had their whole house. They've had to take everything out. So we were very lucky, but a lot of people were not as fortunate as we were.
How did this really impact you as a person?
That's a good question. I think it was frustrating because I wanted to get out and help people, but they always tell you do not go out and drive. And that's the biggest thing that I would tell people in a hurricane. Just stay put if you can. Don't go out and drive in the water, because that's where a lot of the fatalities happen, is someone's driving in the water. They can't get out of their vehicle. But how it affected me, I would say, is we try to get out as quickly as possible and volunteer to help friends. But it was amazing to see how many people volunteered in Houston immediately after the hurricane cleared. So it was a new learning experience, being from Topeka, used to tornadoes. I'm sure you guys are, but this was a whole other element of weather that I was not used to until now.
Okay, well thank you, Keaton. This is all we have for today, Vikes, and our thoughts go out with Harvey. Now back over to your anchors.
If you want to help the victims of Hurricane Harvey, wear our hat to school Friday to donate $3, and there will also be a coin drive at Friday's game. We have 3 fundraisers this week. Orchestra is having a pad night tonight from 4 to 8, cheers at Pi 5 tomorrow night, and band is at Good Sense from 4 to close Thursday. Tomorrow during seminar, if you'd like to go to the Dungeons & Dragons meeting, sign up on Schoology or see Miss Esser if you have any questions. If you'd like to be a part of Spirit Club, pay the bank $3 and bring your receipt to Miss Geisen in 14. FBLA will be traveling to St. Louis November 9th and returning the 12th. If you're interested in going, stop by the bank with questions. The $100 down payment is due this Friday. Also make sure to stop by and pay your $10 membership fee by tomorrow.
In order to attend the fishing club meeting this week, dues must be paid. Pay the bank $10 and bring your receipt to Mrs. Popescu in 927. To join SCCLA, you may pay $20 to the bank or bring the money to Mrs. Whitley in E15. If you have any questions, please see Mrs. Whitley. Outside date forms are still available in the front office until Monday the 18th. 9th grade students, please see Mrs. Naylor, and 10th through 12th graders, please see Mrs. Varner. Viking Book Club members. Club fees of $5 are due by September 29th. Pay the bank or Mrs. Esser. FFA is now selling meat sticks. You can buy them in Miss Van Gordon's room W11 or Mr. Wilson's room in N8. They're $1 each. Now after the break, we'll go over to the sports.
Hey, what are you doing?
Sleep in the Box. Haven't you heard of it?
Sleep in a Box is on September 30th at 6 p.m. on the football field. Registration is $10 per person. Bring canned goods or toiletries in exchange for items you'd like to have with you. Money and goods will help benefit the homeless. Make sure to stop by W1 to see Mr. Collins to get the registration form and rules and regulations. The deadline to sign up is September 29th.
When in the cafeteria, make sure to do the following. Use your manners. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Follow the lunchroom procedures. Respect and appreciate the lunch staff.
Thank you. Have an awesome day.
Be welcoming to all.
That test in English was hard. What'd you get on it?
Use quiet voices and appropriate language. Report all bullying. Clean up after yourself. Be a Viking. Respect the cafeteria. Seaman strong.
Come to Color Chaos on September 15th before the football game against Hayden from 5:45 to 6:15 north of the football field. Pre-sales for paint will be held at lunch Thursday and Friday for $2 a bag and also at the event for $2. No shirts will be sold this year, so wear your own white. All proceeds will go to the leadership class for class projects. Teams in action tonight are girls golf at the Hayden Invitational, boys soccer is at Junction City, and girls tennis is at Emporia. Good luck, Vikes. Now we'll go over to Cameron to see how the weather will be this week.
It is currently 66 and tonight will be 57. Your 3-day forecast consists of highs in the 90s and lows in the 70s. Today is National Chocolate Milkshake Day and it's Paul Walker's birthday. Now back over to your anchors. That's all we have for today, Vikes.
Make sure to go out and support your Vikes tonight.